everyone, how are you guys doing? This is Bound to Queen. I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to talk about breastfeeding, and more specifically, we're going to talk about try to answer the question whether or not breastfeeding mother can breastfeed another woman baby. So according to the AAP, which is the American Association of Pediatrics, and also the Royal College of Pediatrics, and most of the pediatrics group association, whatever professional, it's no, it's not recommended because for the obvious reason, which are infections. Today we're going to talk more specifically about like sexual transmissive disease like infection and breastfeeding, when it comes to breastfeeding somebody's child. Other infection like viral infection, I will try to look into it uh, thoroughly, and I will make a video specifically about that. Today we are talking about any infection you can actually get like through sex, and how that work with breastfeeding. So obviously, yes, like I said, it's not recommended because of infection, any possible infection. Even though a woman is already breastfeeding, sometimes people don't even know, people are not aware of the status, like when it comes to specific infection, because many women, they're in relationship. So we know that breastfeeding and sex, there's nothing that prohibit that. You can be completely sexually active while you are breastfeeding. But that also means that depending on who you're in the relationship with, anything can happen. You know what I mean? Like if your partner is go and sleep with somebody else and they catch something, they bring it, and you guys are sexually active, you have sex, and you catch something, it's possible that you're going to transmit it to the baby through the milk, you know. And it can also be a woman. A woman can also have a sleep with somebody, maybe starting a new relationship with somebody that you don't know while you're breastfeeding, or while maybe while you're pregnant. A lot of women go into new relationship when they're pregnant. They don't know the status of the person. I don't know. Obviously, there will be some that don't really like, you don't look into, there's no test done to know the status of the person when it comes to all those infections. And maybe then you start being sexually active while you're pregnant and after when you have the baby. Because we know that most tests that are done during pregnancy are done early in the pregnancy. Like all the infection, all those things are done in the beginning of the pregnancy. So if you get through something, unless you have some type of symptom or something like that, that's when you're gonna have extra more tests to. Even though there's a regular blood test during the pregnancy, it's true. So obviously they'll be able to pick quickly if something is going on. But if that is not picked on, depending on where you are, depending on the situation, depending on what was happening, for example, with COVID, when COVID was there, where normally hospital and all those things was like very, very complicated. And during that time, you're in the relationship where you're having sex normally, and you catch something, and then you get to have the baby, and maybe one they will test the baby like the newborn test, they might pick those things up. But once again, if they don't pick up it, depending when you get it, that's what I'm saying. So this can happen. Those infections can happen if you're in a relationship with somebody or yourself, and you start a relationship, or you start a sexual relationship with a person that you guys did not do any test before. Even if you did test, the person is not serious. Even the father of your own child, if they're not serious and not aware of how important it is for them to be serious and not to do whatever, because anything they will do will also affect their baby. If they're not aware of it and they're not careful with that, then it can happen. Infection can happen. So that's why it's important for every mother to just breastfeed their own baby. But then if there's any issue, you're only gonna be you and your own baby. I'm not saying that it's not something nice, but that's something to say. If you breastfeed somebody else's baby, it will be yourself, your baby, and somebody else's baby. Obviously, I mean that's something that can be avoidable. That's something that can be preventable. So it's not good, and we can't really be blamed, because especially if you're not aware of it, because a lot of people actually are in a situation where they're not even aware of it. Another reason is that every mother manufacture in the body milk that is specifically for the baby, for the need of the babies. And those needs are based on the age of the baby, based on the time of the day. Yes, you hear me right. meaning that the body is so smart that they know that the need of the baby in the morning when they're breastfeeding are not the same than in the at night or in the evening when they're breastfeeding. That also those needs are also based on the immune need of the baby. So I hear it before and I actually searched into it and I find it was true. I hear it that actually there's some type of signal that is given from the baby mouth to the nipple, going through the nipple and sent to the brain, that will actually let the brain know what the baby needs. You know, there might be some specific vitamins, there might be some specific nutrient, and the body will manufacture it and give it to the baby through the milk. So that is very, very true. So those are so every mother manufacture milk that is specific for the need of the baby. That those needs are adapt as the baby is growing, as the baby maybe is sick, as the baby is how to say it, yeah, the time of the day. That's how smart the body is. I mean, I'm always amazed when I read all those things about breastfeeding, and it's like, wow, mind blowing. So yeah, that's the main thing. But then on the side, it doesn't mean that there's not thing in place for example, for some babies who really need like breast milk, but at the moment they cannot produce that breast milk. So there's a milk bank which are in place, which are specifically for like premature babies. Premature baby, if some baby is born premature, the most of the organs are not matured. So the digestive system is so immature that the is not advisable to give them how do you call it, formula. So those baby will need breast milk. So those bank will have those breast milk that they will give to those baby, or baby who need to have very specific needs, and probably no milk, no formula milk is good for them. You know that they don't they're kind of like allergic or something like that for all type of formula. Those milk too will be for them. So it really, really helps. It helps a lot. But my question was like, how does it work? Because obviously we talk about infection. So how does it work for a woman who is producing a lot of milk, more than she needs for one baby? What are the process for her to start giving milk to the milk bank? Then I read, which I was it was not. I mean, it just is normal. Yeah, we just see that they're gonna be a blood test and all those things to test her to make sure that she's infection free, and also and also gonna make sure that the way that the milk is pumped and then store and all those things is done properly, so that there's no any infection that is actually created from once the milk is actually out of the breast. And because there will be many agent that are not how to say that, negative, not negative, there's a word for it, there's a E. coli. I don't know if you know about that bacteria, all those things that can, if the milk is not stored properly, or if the whatever that he use is not clean properly, and all those things that can happen. So they make sure the milk bank professional make sure now all this is done properly. Then I have another question, who was, but obviously, like I said earlier, when you're in a relationship, you are living your life normally, you're having sex normally with whoever you're in a relationship with. So do they test those women? How regularly do they test these women? Did you just test them at the beginning when they want to kind of accept them as donor, or do they text them regularly? Because we know, like I said, anything can happen when somebody's in a relationship. Anything can happen, with the person you are, even yourself. Anything can happen, So that's the question that I have. I didn't really find the answer about that. So yes, so simply, you cannot, it's better not to breastfeed somebody else's baby, or to let your baby be breastfed by somebody else, because you don't know what the person have in their body. You don't know the status. You don't know if they have any infection or anything like that. You don't know about that. So it's better to really, really avoid that practice, because it's not good. It's not good for the obvious reason. It's not good, especially the way the world is. So many things are funny, people are changing, people, you have to avoid it. If you cannot, I don't know, avoid it. Just make it clear that even if you're leaving your baby with somebody who have their own baby and they're breastfeeding, I mean, you have to make sure that they don't breastfeed your baby. You really have to make it clear and make sure that they don't breastfeed your baby. So yes, we're gonna stop here because we're gonna stop here because I don't want the video to be too long. So we're gonna stop here. I hope that you found this interesting. Uh, so please share, like, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. I really wanted to thank all my subscribers. I know that not all my subscribers are really interested in breastfeeding continue, but like I said, this is like my staple when it comes to my channel. But then I talk about a lot of other things. So no matter the type of subscriber you are, if you're subscribed because of the breastfeeding continue, if you're subscribed because different other continue, really from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I really can't believe how fast my channel is growing, and I'm really thankful. So take care of yourself and continue following me. Like I say, a lot of things are coming. Just support me by watching me, commenting, and suggesting. If you have any suggestion or any question, I will try to answer. So on this, take care of yourself and talk to you again soon. Bye.